Midas sends Kato on a mission to learn about the mysterious cubes, about more info. So of course then Kato listens to his boss, and he goes over to the cube POI. Basically the pyramid back from chapter 2. Don't remember the name right now, so I'm sorry, but anyway, takes everybody, hijacks it, heads over to the security area where they're transporting cubes. And he looks down in Cube City looking for the Trespasser Elite, one of the main bosses of the Cube Squad that he's been sent to go eliminate. He finds one of the henchmen and knows that he must be down there somewhere. Cube monsters attack him, of course. And he knows he has to run. Because obviously he does not want to die from these weird looking monsters. So Kato doing that, he searches chest, gets some loot, and he knows what he must do. Cube monsters are very weird. They can even go through floors for some apparent reason. But yeah, Kato escapes over to the water to go find this mysterious guy. And he does that by eliminating one of the henchmen and then going on to the underparts below it. And he finds Trespasser Elite, which is a very strong boss in Cobra. Pretty sure he's the strongest one. This update, next update, his HP will be buffed, everybody, so good relief on that. So anyway, Kato realizes it's overwhelming and it's too much for him, so he must go. So he gets one of the ray guns and uses it, noticing that they work pretty well. So Kato slides down and he begins to beam the Trespasser. But he's very strong, so Kato knows that he's going to get overwhelmed and pushed, so he must make an escape. Kato's thinking of an escape while fighting off the Trespasser. He has an idea. So he runs up under the golden cube, and he goes over, builds some walls, and he builds up. So he builds up, and he escapes Cube Island. He hijacks one of the cars, and he drives off. He's thinking of where to go. He doesn't know where to go. And he knows there's no running, so he knows he must do something. He boards the car, loses control, and lands into the water. His car's sinking into the water. Kato, trying to think what to do, he gets on one of the ghost ships, and then Midas sends him a message that says that henchmen on the ship has betrayed them. Kato asks what he means, so he kills them until the cube effect is getting in some of our henchmen's minds and is making them turn evil. Kato breaks down the wall that protected the ghost base, and he climbs up the brick wall. Fortunately, he has to think of what to do, so he builds up, does some parkour, it fails, of course. So then he builds up, and Midas tells him something serious. Midas tells Kato to kill him and his henchmen at the base so they can go to a different world and learn more info about the cubes. So Kato, not wanting to do this, realizes he must do what his boss did. So he sprays down the boss with the ray gun and then eventually kills him. With Midas dead, he must control Ghost for now, in the meantime. So he takes Midas's drum gun, holds onto it until Midas makes his return. And that's what he does. Of course, he finishes Midas's command, kills off his 2 henchmen he had there. So they all go to the respawn world. The respawn world is a world in the multiverse of all of the Fortiverse. The Fortiverse will explain later in the storyline. Anyway, he gains and finds Midas's Falcon Scout, and he uses it to explore more of the cubes, which you'll see in a moment. Everybody. So Kato builds up to the top to one of the highest mountains that overlook the cube island. He sees a tool that he might need later. Anyway, he builds up, goes up, and holy, saw loot, and he finds mysterious power, a leftover from the Nexus point after it exploded, leaving. So he uses the Falcon Scout to try to get parts of the cube to study, but obviously that does not work out, as it loses connection because the cube strikes a lightning bolt at it, making it lose control and crash to the ground. Kato, being Kato, not knowing what the hell to do, decides to fly it out there again. He kills the remaining henchmen that survive the storm, thinking of what to do, because on his journey, he seen Midas's new device he's building up. So, of course, he goes. We'll get back to that later, but he goes over to the cube world, seeing the golden cube itself powering up for something. Destruction of the island, possibly. Who knows? Also on Kato's trip, he finds something in the woods, which is weird, but it's there. And Kato, being his brilliant self, gets an idea with the blue box. Mysterious blue box. And he runs to it. Now, that storyline part is over. Let's get into the new POIs. Midas, guys. All new airport ran by Midas to bring in cargo. This POI has replaced Rocky Base, making Rocky Base no longer a named location. Because there's also another POI in this area as well that we'll get to in a moment. Midas Skies has planes and has a cargo shipping area. It's overall a really good POI that Fortnite has not done themselves. It has an air tower, which Kato is climbing up right now. It's overall a good POI, in my opinion. Probably one of my favorite ones I've ever made, actually. I might bring this back in a future chapter. And then the Omega device. Midas's device that he's cooking up. And he's been building throughout the whole season. Its final phase will be unlocked in the next update in a live event. Kato defends it. Cubed mountain isn't much. The skull on the cube on the mountain has been corrupted with cubes, and it's just a small little update. That's the video now. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.